All right, to start our music off, these are high pitches, so we need a
Low.
Legend.
oh,
G
for
clef.
high pitches we need a
G clef.
Thank you very much. And in this piece of music, each measure has
A time.
4
Meter.
beats. It's the meter, 4 beats per measure. So let's go ahead and put our first measure up here, and let's count the beats. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
How much a measure is this?
4.
The starts with a W. Everybody.
Whole.
This is the whole measure. I want a note that's going to take up the
Whole.
measure. What will I call a note that takes up the
Whole.
measure? They didn't call it a thingamajig. They didn't call it a whatchamacallit. They called it what it does. It takes up the whole measure. So it's going to be called a
Whole measure. No.
This is so hard.
Yes, so hard.
A whole note takes up the whole measure. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And what does a whole note look like? It looks like a hole. This is so hard. And how many beats will that whole note receive? Everybody?
4.
It's taking up the whole measure. The whole measure has 4 beats. It's going to get all 4 beats. So if you want a note that's going to last for 4 beats, you use a whole note. That's it. Do it. This is called a whole note.
Whole no.
And it receives 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. All 4 beats in the measure. We can also have 4 beats of silence.
Just
And what will a whole rest look like? It's in the middle of the staff, and it looks like
A hat. An upside down hat.
a hole.
a magical hat.
You're walking along and you fall into the hole.
It's a magical hat.
And how many beats does a whole note get?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3. There's your first note.
Okay.
Now I need another measure. Again, how many beats will each measure have?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cut this measure in half. How many sections do I have?
2.
Say 1 of the 2.
Half. 2.
Say it, 1 of the 2.
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 Also known as
Half.
Half a loop.
how many beats are in this section?
2.
How many beats are in that section?
2.
We cut them in.
Half.
What are we going to call a note that takes up half of a measure, class?
I have no.
Everybody.
I have no.
This is so hard.
Wait,
And what does a half
Did
note
I
look
just say
like?
that?
It looks like a whole note
Both lines.
with a stem.
Oh, I remember
Think of
that.
it as a whole note being cut in half, because that's exactly what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So we have a whole note with a stem, or a,
Half no.
and each half note in 4/4 time gets how many beats?
2.
1, 2, 1, 2. What does a half rest look like?
I don't know.
The opposite of a whole rest. And now you can see it looks like a,
Half.
and what does hat start with?
H.
What does half start with?
H.
This is so hard.
Yeah.
Rocket science.
rest.
A half rest. Each one of those would be 2 beats of silence. 2 beats here. Ah, ah.
Oh.
See how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we need another measure.
What about 1/4?
We're going to cut those in half. And now we're going to cut the halves in half.
Basically just 1/4 of a note.
Quarter note.
Yeah.
Say 1 of the 4.
One of the four. One of the four.
Also known as a
Quarter.
Half. Quarter note.
quarter.
Quarter.
Not there yet.
I say quarter.
That's
I
a
say
quarter.
quarter.
How many beats are in the measure?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So each of these notes is going to get how many beats?
4.
Quarter.
2, 1. 1.
She's just throwing out numbers and one of them's going to be right, I know.
She's like France. She's like that Mr. Adams. We're doing a vote and then she'll
We don't talk about it. How many beats did the half note get?
1,
2.
We've cut that in half. How many beats will this note get?
1. 1.
And what are we going to call the note that takes up a quarter of the measure?
Quarter note.
A Q note.
Here we go. A quarter note looks like a half note that's colored in.
I remember.
I'll show you that again. A half note that's colored in. And you already know what a quarter rest looks like.
Yes.
Just a rest.
No, it's a quarter rest.
Oh.
We've been
Well, it
You're
looks like
doing
a rest.
a rest that gets 1 beat, right?
Yeah.
Our quarter note gets how many beats?
4. 1.
And our quarter rest gets how many beats?
1.
Duh.
So hard.
What is it?
Quarter
note.
Notes.
A quarter note.
A quarter.
Notice there's a pattern here.
You forget you are.
Notice the pattern. Notice the pattern. We went from 1 to 1 of the 2 to 1 of the 4.
Oh,
What's
the
happened to
twos.
that bottom number? Yes, ma'am.
It's getting smaller.
The bottom number is getting smaller?
Oh no.
Yes. By how much? It's doubling each time. We went from 1 to 2 to 4 because we're cutting them each section in half.
What about 8?
Somebody's already figured it out.
Only 6.
And he's interrupting us by doing it.
Like,
So now we need to have another measure. And this one's going to be pretty long. Let's go all the way to there.
okay.
And we're going to cut it in half. Cut the halves in half.
And cut those halves in half.
And cut those in half.
Which
those quarters in rows.
means it will be 6.
You can't count, can you?
It's gonna be 8.
Hey.
Well,
It's an 8 number. It's an 8
We went from 1 to 2, double the 2 to 4, double the 4 to
8.
oh,
1 of the
man.
8, 1 of the 8.
1 of the 8. 1 of the 8. 1 of the 8. 1 of the 8. 1 of the 8. 1 of the 8.
What are we going to call a note that takes up an eighth of the measure, class?
It's an 8 note.
This is so hard.
It's
And an
easy.
eighth note looks like a quarter note
Again?
with a flag.
What?
With the flag.
Quarter note,
With the American flag.
Flag.
quarter note.
With the flag. Quarter note with the flag.
However, if you have a bunch of eighth notes strung along together, you don't need to put the flag on every one of them. This is what you do. You join the flags with a
Beats.
beat. Those are also eighth notes. Say it.
8 notes.
And here's a question. Although these numbers are getting larger because we're cutting them in half, what's happening to our number of beats? We went from
4,
to
2, 1,
and this must be,
8, half.
who said it?
Me.
Exactly. It's a half a beat.
Oh
Does that mean it'll be
God.
five?
Because 2 halves make 1.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
These 2 would be 2. These 2 would be the third
3.
beat. These 2 would be the fourth
4.
beat. But each one of them would be
Half.
half of a beat.
Something learned, something new.
How do you keep up with half a beat? You must be asking yourselves. Right? How can you have half a beat?
Excited.
You'll learn it on another day, but I'll show you very quickly right now how you can have half a beat. Watch. I'm going to count 1 beat. I won't start counting it until my hand gets here. This is where 1 starts, right? So watch. 1. That would have been 2, right? But I'm only counting 1. 1. How many movements are there for my 1 beat? 2 movements. It comes
Up.
and goes.
Down.
Isn't this halfway?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is the other half?
Yeah.
So if I want to do half a beat, I just go to here. So here's 1. 1. Here's half. 1. That's the other half.
Oh.
But if I'm counting it, I would do this. Watch. Watch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Stop. See how we have half a beat? This is 1, that's half. The other half is called and. And you do it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can even have a quarter of a beat. 1 E and up. That's a quarter. That's the other quarter. That's the third quarter. That's the last quarter. 1 E and up. 2 E and up. 3 E and up. We'll learn that on another day. But that's how you do half beats. Now,
And now you know.
what does an eighth rest look like? What does this have on it?
Flag.
Well, put the flag on the other side. Without the head of the note.
What?
Wait, what?
What is that?
That's the flag going the other way without the note.
Oh.
That looks like a
It's called
seven with a
an
dog.
eighth rest. It also gets half a beat. Because the 2 eighths make 1 beat.
Look how it's 7 with a dot.
So, eighth rest. Say it.
Eight rest. Eight rest. Eight rest. Eight rest. Eight rest.
Now, I don't want to put the next one up there, but I want you to figure out what it's going to look like.
16.
What would it be called?
16th note.
Everybody?
16th
So
note.
we went from 1 to a half. We doubled that because we cut it in half. We doubled those because we cut this in half, a fourth. We doubled those because we cut each one of those in half to an eighth. So the next one would have to be colors, or they'll be confused.
6, 8.
16. And where the eighth note has a flag, the 16th has
2 flags.
2 flags.
everybody.
2 flags.
Double the flag.
What would the next note be called?
3 flags.
32. 32.
A 32nd note.
32.
And it would have,
3 flags.
and each flag gets smaller and smaller. And say this note's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And where this has 1 flag on the other side, the 16th note would have 2 flags on the other side.
Now that
And
looks
the
like a
32nd
backward
note would
F.
have
3 flags.
3 flags. Yes. Got it?
Got it.
Got him.
There's your notes and their values. But you already knew the values, you just didn't know what the notes were.
Yeah.
Because it's all math, isn't it?
Math
Yes.
goes with that.
It's all math.
Music math.
The only thing we haven't learned yet is what in the world does that bottom number stand for?
Could be a measure.
And we'll learn it on another day.
Well, I mean, like to
I'll
measure.
give you a clue though. It corresponds to these numbers here.